No, this guy's better than all of you. This guy's better than all of you. I don't want to hear it. Oh my god. You guys are so bad. Keep this barricade shut, please. Do not open that barricade. Nice. Nice work. Oh my god. Bad aim, but nice work. Oh, heck, bro. Hold up. Is Australia copper just NA diamond? Like, what's going on? Australia copper, NA gold? Maybe. Boys, welcome back to Spectating Nightmares. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I'm on the laptop setup today because there was a massive power outage and gotta record my videos. Hey, what's up? Anyway, today we're watching Boxed, a Copper 4 crying face who is from Australia. So we got a new region. We got some new spicy stuff. Should be good. This is my second season playing ranked. I'm still struggling to get bronze. Okay, that's the second season. That's chill. I'm not gonna blame anything on team because I know I have much to improve on. That's the way to be, man. That's the way to be. That's how you get better. If you just sit there blaming your teammates, you're not going to get better, you know? I would really love some constructive criticism, like always, from King Pox. Oh, give him my crown. If you post this on YouTube, I will unsub to Jinxie and sub to King Pox. Wait, you're not subscribed? What the fuck? What the heck? Hit the subscribe button, dude. It's not that hard. Let's go see if Boxed is that guy or not. I mean, he's Copper 4, so the odds are low. All right, here we go. Azami Mommy, love to see it. One of the best ops in the game. Pretty tough operator for beginners, so I'm interested to see how you actually play this. Starting off hot by just the sprint to luggage and the sprint back. Just classic, hit him with the fake. Okay. Siege timing, guys. Siege timing. All right, so we got to pick up the pace here, Box. Okay, hold up. This is bad. This is already bad. I mean, we're in copper, but I understand, you know, hard operator. This is probably why I would recommend watching my beginner operators video, because the zombie is a harder operator, and I'll show you exactly why this is bad right now. So instead of putting it here, just put it down more. That way you can still peek over top of it, because all this Azami is doing, all this does is lets them push luggage for free. They can walk luggage without being exposed and get all this space because they know you can't really peek off this. Because if you peek off it, they will see your legs first. So this is not a good Azami because you are just giving up control, allowing them to take the space and then get an easier pinch on you in, what is this room called? Aqua. As you can see, he is using the Jinxie charm, not the Poxonlox charm. I think that's what he meant by, like, he'll sub to me, is like he'll get the Poxonlox charm, which you have to subscribe on Twitch to get, so go get it. All right, so yeah, this is bad off rip, and you also wasted half the prep phase to put down one Azami, which, you know, we did see this previously with Havoc's replay on Cafe, where he just wasted his entire prep phase. Now, that guy, keep in mind, was gold compared to, oh wait, was he gold? Maybe he was silver. Well, the story is you want to use the prep phase to reinforce, set up the site. As you can see, we have no walls here, so they can just get on the roof and add a ton of pressure. The roof is such a good spot on coastline. These Azamis are a little bit better, but what you can actually do is you can Azami off like here to block the window angle. This, again, allows them to walk into hookah for free, because it is giving them cover. So it is actually giving the other team more of an advantage than it is to give to you, which is, again, is why Azami is just not a very beginner-friendly operator, because it's hard to understand, you know, whether the Azamis are actually helping your team or the other team. So just keep that in mind if you're going to play Azami. You want to make points of cover where they're actually going to help you and not the enemies, and also give you cover to take gunfights, because you can't play off these Azamis when they're so high up. You can't actually peek over top of them. They're not providing you with cover to take gunfights. They're just creating new walls, which is kind of like Castle, where it can just be bad. Now, we haven't checked the defaults. We don't know where they're coming from, so we're just kind of holding. This is fine. I mean, for copper, this is fine, but again, you got to keep in mind that you can just die from the roof, like at any point. Like, they can just sit on the roof and literally shoot you in the side of the head. So this is a really bad spot to shit. Don't take shits in luggage. So if they're on the roof here, they can literally just see you. So anybody on the roof, again, you can see luggage from the roof. You can see the other luggage window from the roof. You can see the VIP hall. So these are so many good areas. You can shoot through this wall, or ash this wall, or impact this wall, or whatever, ace the wall if it's reinforced. So from the roof, there are so many spots you can contest on this top floor that if you're in copper, you can get so many kills just by going to the roof alone. Like we have our Azami here sitting in the middle of the open. So keep that in mind, just like what you're exposed to. This is why watching your matches back is going to help so much in actually improving at this game. Teammate dies. I like the fact that you're ADSing around the map, though. It shows that you're ready for gunfights. If they are here, you are probably going to win the gunfight just because you're already aimed at it, whereas a lot of people just sprint around the map like this. That Azami is... I mean, here's the thing. This just gives them cover. If you put it on 90, though, you do it a little lower down, you can create a one-way angle. Not a one-way, but like a piece of cover that you can peek off of, so you have a head glitch on the stairs. So just like... these zombies are just really, really not doing anything at all, honestly. Like, I'd just play another operator. Malusi. Throw the Moabs down and then run around and take gunfights. It's going to help you way more. So you hear these guys VIP. Ready for the fight. Nice. Good angle. Good aim. Bad aim. Right angle, though. Don't push into the open. You're pushing the open. Team kills. Oh, my God. What am I witnessing? Okay, this is good. This is good. Playmaking. Playmaking. Oh, my God. What a flick. He's actually nasty. Okay, bit of a whiff. See, this is when the Azami is going to be really good. Before this point, that first gunfight, you just Azami again. This level right here where you're like, where this green part is, a little lower than that, it's going to create the barrier right here, and you can peek over top of it, creating a head glitch where they're in the open and you're in cover. This is the most simple concept of like how to win more gunfights is have more cover than the other guy. And I know it sounds simple, and pretty much everything I say in these videos is very simple, because realistically, if you just learn all these simple tactics, you will just win way more gunfights. You will have more map control. You will get more kills, because at the end of the day, like, yes, the game is complicated. There's a lot of operators. It's very complex, but the more you can simplify the game, the easier it's going to be to actually win. So try to simplify as much as you can. I get freaking people on Reddit being like, hey, you freaking Poxonlox is so dumb. Everything he says is just so basic. And it's like, yeah, it is. It is. And that's the point. Anyway, nice kill, nice flick, good aim. Bad Azami so far. You were in copper. You know, it's forgivable. It's forgivable. He's a copper, guys. You're copper. You're new to the game. You know what I mean? That's going to happen. This isn't quite a spectating nightmare quite yet, luckily. Most of the time it is. So this is honestly one of the better spectating nightmares I think we've seen. I love the ADSing. I love that you're aimed. Now you are shooting at reinforcements. Here, perfect. You have diffuser, excellent. Block off the rotate, and then you can just hold the door, right? Or you can even barricade luggage, right? Because again, they can Wonka blood from this. You could barricade this so you know if they're coming behind you, and then you can block off the rotate with the Kibas, and then you can just hold the door. You have the Goyo there. It's going to waste 20 seconds. You're good to go. Now, you did just break the Goyo, so this is... You were so close. You did the one thing you just shouldn't have done. Like, there was one thing you shouldn't have done, and it's break the Goyo with the Azami barrier. Next time, maybe just shoot the Goyo and Kiba the rotate. This, again, every single Kiba you have used this round has hurt your team more than it's helped. Okay, now you're Okay, why are we pushing, dude? The diffuser is here. Look at the time. Look at the bomb. 45 seconds. Why are you pushing them? There is no reason to do this. You are throwing your life down the drain. Some of y'all never played Search and Destroy in Call of Duty, and it shows, okay? I mean, yeah, sure, you could reinforce this. You could shoot the Goyo. There's 30 seconds. It's going to waste 20 of those 30 seconds. I mean, your teammate's there, so it'd actually probably be a bad idea, so maybe don't do that, actually. Still don't know what you're doing here. I mean, you have reinforcements. You could reinforce the rotate if you really wanted to. Like, you're still aiming at your teammate, bro. Ask yourself this question. At this point, you have the bomb. There's 20 seconds. I mean, we could have done this 20 seconds ago. Where can they come from? Can they come from where my teammate is? No, because that's where my teammate's playing. You will get the information that they died there, so they'll die and you don't have to watch it, or they'll kill your teammate. That's information, then you can watch it. So at this point, where can they actually come from? Ask yourself that question. They can come from behind, they can come from hookah, and they can walk down this hallway. Okay, so how can we limit the amount of ways they can come from? Barricade that door earlier. Reinforce this rotate. They have to come get the bomb, and they have to plant, right? Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. There's no reason to go looking around for kills and walking in the middle of the open, exposing yourself to every single angle in the book. This is why baiters win rounds, because you're sitting in spots where the baiters can get kills. If he's baiting on the window, you're dead. If he's baiting awkward repel, you're dead. If he's baiting big window, you're dead. Like, baiting anywhere, you die. So just make sure that that's not the case, and you're going to win way more rounds. Look at this guy. Baiting VIP. He was baiting somewhere. What are the odds? What are the odds? All right, let's move on to round 2. Hopefully, we don't play Azami ever again, because that was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. If you're new to this game, please don't play Azami or Castle. You are going to be hurting your team more than you're helping. It's like a 99% chance, unless you are like Giga Brain, like, I know how to map knowledge everything, and you don't. Like, the problem is you don't know the maps well enough to actually do that. So just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Malusi, Legion, operators that really there's no possible way to go wrong. Capcan, Thorn, I love it. Bandit, easy. Wait. Come here. This is why you're copper. You just spent 25 seconds punching a single piece of a rotate hole. Reinforce some walls, man. Reinforce some walls. Outer VIP walls. For this site, you want to hold VIP, reinforce this, waste time here, and then be able to fall back off to site. Spending the entire prep phase making punch holes is kind of crazy, dude. Kind of crazy. You don't think they're going to see these? They're going to see these. They're gonna see them. If you just stick your face in them, you probably die. One drone, you're dead. It's cool. It's cool. I want to see how this works. I'm not gonna knock it till I try it. I mean, I'm not gonna. Why? What's the point of the punch holes? What was the point? Okay, this is impressively good time wasting. I mean, I think when we watched Havoc's replay on Cafe, we said this is...
We have watched so many of these spectating nightmares, and this is single-handedly, by far, the worst prep phases I have ever seen.
The worst site prep phase setup I've ever seen in my life, and I think this comes very, very close. It's not quite as bad, but it's very, very close to the sheer amount of uselessness on this setup. You reinforced one wall and made one rotate. And then you just impacted anyway. What was the point of all the other stuff you did? Like, this is like when you make a sandwich, okay? You take out the bread, you take out the peanut butter, you take out the jelly, you lay the bread down, you put the peanut butter on one slice, you put the jam on another slice. And then when you go to put it together and eat it, you just take a dump on both halves and then throw it in the garbage. Like, what was the point of doing all the other stuff before if you're just not even gonna eat the sandwich like a normal person? You know what I mean? Because now we just have a poop sandwich that's in the garbage. It's not gonna do anything. No comment. Again, just reinforce the outside walls. Like, they could just blow this open, get a line of sight. Here, let me show you. If they open this wall, they can see all the way through the bomb site from this balcony on the rappel. Like, you can literally just rappel here, head glitch it, have a line of sight through the whole site, and kill literally everyone. Honestly, if you're in Copper, just make long lines of sight and hold them. You'll probably kill everyone. Bring Cali. Sure. Glaz. Whatever. Ash. You know, anyone with a DMR is going to be great for that. So a big thing I've noticed so far is like your map positioning is really weak. Like, you're not really holding anything. I mean, the VIP hold is good. You're able to hold the hallway if you reinforce these walls. Like, holding this space is really, really good. Holding like just this, it just lets them take the whole map and surround your team. Thorn's doing a good job, right? She's contesting these stairs. She's contesting this window. She's making it so they can't just walk in here and take the space of the map. This is good. This is what you want to do while limiting the amount of spots you can die from. You know, she's not playing luggage and kill from the roof. She's just holding white. She'll hear them if they walk behind her, or she could even barricade that door. And when they walk up, she's getting the kills. So if you could do a little more like that and then have the info like the Thorn traps to do it, you're going to be in a much better spot. But just sitting here throwing random Azami's that most of the time are just hurting your team and being bad is like not great. That Azami is better than every other Azami you've thrown though, because it doesn't hurt your team at all. It just blocks a little bit of like angles, right? I'm pretty sure if you break the window, it will break the Azami, but hey, at least these they're not going to luckily spray through the left side of the window now, so there's a slight advantage to it, right? Good, just hold this angle, just chill. I mean, you can use the cover of the DJ booth as well. Yes, good, yeah. But they can crouch into this. This is the only thing they can crouch past this. So I would look over here. Okay, you can chill. No. Okay, you need to stop throwing these zombies head level, man. They're not helping you. Throw them so that you can crouch behind them, but stand over them. So you can hide behind them still by crouching, and then peek over them by standing. That's how you play a zombie. This is just, like, blocking random holes. I mean, I guess this is good. This is okay. They could still just walk around and shoot you. Bandit with the flank. Nice. Last guy's on the roof. If I'm this guy, just hot drop this hatch and hit the site instantly. That's your, like, no, you're not even gonna do it. Like, that's how you do it, because then you can maybe capitalize on the fact that they're all off-site. You can get into the site, take aggressive fights. Instead, he's just chilling on the roof. Are we going to peek him? You have no idea where this is. Like, just at this point, just chill. Hold the site. Hold some angles. Why are we sprinting? Oh, we're prone. All right. Holding an angle. Nice. You know he's here. Good. Now, you can play the shield. You can push up and hold the shield. We're sprinting again. Okay, this is good. Holding angles. That's what you want to do in these situations. Just hold an angle. Now you're in the middle of the open. And now you're dead. Okay, play in cover and hold the angles. Very, very simple, guys. Just play in cover and hold the angles. That guy's got to push. He's got to plant the bomb. He's got to do all the work. All you have to do is stay alive. It's fine. You guys still won the round. But, you know, if your teammates are horrible, you probably lose. So don't allow your teammates to win it. Do the things that are smart and try to improve your gameplay so that you're more likely to actually guarantee that you win that. Because the higher ranks you climb, like when you get to gold, emerald, your teammates will throw that. They will just sprint at that guy and die because they're just insane in that rank. So these castles are good. See, you're playing the operators that you shouldn't be playing in this rank for a new player. But you keep playing them. So that's like, why do you keep doing this? But these castles specifically are very, very good. If you're going to play castle and you're going to be in copper, just castle outside doorways and windows. There's no way that hurts your team but it slows them down and stops and limits the entries capability that they have, right? They have to break the castles, get in through these windows and doors now. So it is good to do these castles if you're playing in a lower rank, like just castling exterior doors and windows. That's really the only way I can take castle gameplay in Copper and it actually be acceptable. Because otherwise you're just usually screwing your team over and giving up map control and hurting your team more than helping. But this is good. So we have a pretty decent setup. There's no need to play over here. Your castles are here. All your teammates are over here, right? Like, look at this. What is your team holding right now? Well, between 4 of you, you're holding 1 room. 1 room on a map with not that many rooms. So as you can see, because you're all holding this room, they're just taking everything else. And when they take everything else, they shoot your whole team in the back. You don't want that to happen. That's not good. Where's the last guy? Who's the last guy on your team? Echo? No, he's there too, isn't he? Wait, is your whole team here? Oh, Bandit. Bandit's the other guy. He's just in the site too. So between your entire team, you're holding 2 rooms. Because Bandits can't even really hold office. He can't really hold anything from here. So really, your whole team is about to die. Let's see if it comes true or not. Well, they're up kitchen hallway. They're about to be in the bomb site. Oh my gosh. Okay, at least you guys are reacting. You know what's going on, surprisingly. Oh my gosh, let's go. Capcan with 1. Everybody stacked on each other, touching each other's meat. Never a thing that you want. I mean, depends on your preference, but in Rainbow Six, you never want to be meat to meat with another man on your team. Let's just keep watching the game. All right, so somehow you guys managed to kill them all, and I'm gonna basically say that that's not because you guys did good. It's because they did bad. Let's see how you guys actually won these gunfights. That guy whiffed, okay, but he was already peeking the angle and holding it. This guy whiffed with the DMR. Like, if this guy is not bad, this Capcan peeking into his angle, he just kills him like 4 times, but he missed every single bullet. He had about the time to kill him 4 times. And then Capcan walks into the middle of the open again. Okay, that's actually a pretty good play. Keep pushing him as he's pushing the barricade. Nice. And then this guy... What happened here? This is actually a good angle. I mean, but if Sledge is better, he actually kills these guys way sooner. Because Sledge is in a great spot. He just holds this angle tight. Like, if he just sits behind this wall and holds this angle real tight on this Mozzie, Mozzie can't peek this. He can't leave. And if he does peek this, as you see, he misses the peek. He peeks the wrong spot, and now he's beamed by Sledge, who's already holding the angle and shooting him in the body with the L8, which is like 3 shots and he's dead. So, in basically every single gunfight, it wasn't a matter of our team did good. It's a matter of they actually really just whiffed way too much and lost all the fights that they should have won based on their positioning. If we replayed this round 100 times and everyone did the exact same thing, except like the other team doesn't whiff, or even like they do whiff, I think the defense only wins that 6 out of 100 times, realistically, just because of the map control that they had. Maybe 10 in Copper. And we're in Copper, so like 10 out of 100, let's say. And yeah, the worst part of all of this, of course, is that you guys were just completely stacked on each other here. Like, throughout this entire thing, like I already mentioned, like here, you and Bandit are holding nothing, right? If this office, or sorry, you and Capcan. So if this office guy pushed sooner, and he's actually already up here because his whole team is in, if this is just coordinated better, they just have an insane crossfire. They can kill probably all 3 of you from this one doorway, right? So they have one guy here. They have a guy here. Maybe he's in courtyard instead of up over top, so he has a head glitch on this. The kitchen guy is playing more passive and holding this angle and doesn't whiff. Now, you guys are just put in the blender, right? Maybe you have a guy above bucking too, or Deimos tracking, or whatever. You guys are so screwed, especially if this mud guy pushes. He actually opened the castles. He's shooting them in the back. You're putting yourself in a box to get manhandled from every single direction. Somehow you guys pull it off. Wow. All right, we're up 3-0. I mean, based on the performance of the other team, we would expect this to only have 1 more round. Spoiler alert, there's a lot more than 1 round coming up. We got the Blackbeard. Okay, Blackbeard's really strong. Not the best beginner operator, though. Not the best beginner operator. He's gonna, I mean, to be fair, if you just ADS and walk around with Blackbeard, you're probably gonna have a better chance of winning, just because, like, you have extra cover as you're fighting people, and that's always a good thing, especially against Coppers who are, like, most of the time just aiming at, like, chest level anywhere, or knee level, or PP level, and probably aren't gonna headshot you unless they hit the recoil headshot, which, hey, that could happen. Oh, we didn't watch prep phase. We kind of gotta figure out what he's doing. Join the site. That's fine. I mean, this prep phase is like, you can play it anyway. You can leave your drone spawn. You can drive in site. There's a lot of different options when it comes to prep phase. I like this drone. This is good. You can just leave it here. No need to jump it anymore. Okay. Just leave it. You have info on site. They're gonna hear it. It's very loud when you jump it, so they hear it and shoot it. If you didn't know, which you probably should, because you've probably played defense before. Coming out of spawn, shooting the cam. All right. Careful for the spawn peaks. You could just get shot in the side of the head about 4 times. Just keep facing the shield towards the building like that. Yes, exactly. You just do that the whole time, you're gonna be a much better spot. Honestly, this is like pretty solid Copper gameplay. I'm not gonna lie. For a Copper, this is I'm pretty impressed. Okay. All right. Nade. Bank the nade off the bomb. Oh, he's pulling the nade. Bank it off the bomb. He's stuck in the corner. Bank it off the bomb. He has to run. You ADS him. He dies. What the fuck? Dude, there's this bomb right here. You could just boink, boink, and it'll fall in this corner. Or, you know, yeah, and that's like all you have to do. Keep in mind, you guys are just completely oblivious to the fact that they could just be playing here on any of these holes and shooting your entire team. Like, if there's just one guy here, your whole team is neglecting the fact that it's a possibility. No, well, I guess Thermite's looking at it. Somebody's doing something, but Yana's just like, there's nobody there. You know what I really do like about this push, though? You guys are just pushing the bomb site. Just keeping it very simple, doing a direct take. If you guys had smokes or a ying or something, you smoked off these holes, you could just plant, right? You just ying this guy over and over. The guy plants on the doorway. You smoke off the hallway, pre-fire, whatever, shoot through the smokes. They can't really do anything to stop except for C4 below, and coppers aren't doing that anyway. So that's just a very, very simple direct take that you guys could do. Now just peek them, bro. You're Blackbeard. I don't know what you're waiting for. Very nice. Exactly. So simple, so effective. You're probably going to win that every single time. Now, you know this guy's here still because he was there the whole time. No, goldfish brain. Well, I think you know what you messed up there. You saw the guy, and then you thought he died because your teammate killed someone else. And the guy you saw was still in the spot you thought, because maybe you thought the nade, like, landed on him, he had to leave. That would be insane if you actually thought that. No, like, that nade was bad, dude. But I'm glad, you know what I really like, though, is you're using utility, you're pushing with the team, you're playing off your teammates. Like, this is a lot of really, really good stuff that I'm seeing for somebody who is stuck in the lowest rank in the game, compared to most coppers. So, good job, man. Honestly, I'm seeing some better stuff than I see in a lot of these gold spectating nightmares, too. This is actually kind of a nice game. I'm actually kind of like, yeah, hey, just stop playing a zombie. That's really, if you stop playing a zombie, you might be champ, bro. No, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not gonna. We're gonna need to work on some other things before we're there, but this is promising. You're definitely gonna be okay. This is a game I can watch. I'll be like, if you keep playing like this and you keep learning and you keep improving at the pace you're at, I think you could get to, from copper definitely to silver by like next season. After watching this and like taking some notes and improving on these few things, silver for sure, gold, plat even. But I think you get plat in 2 or 3 seasons, you know, or even emerald. So keep it up. Good work. Drone. I like. Okay, it's actually impressive. Hold up. We got to watch this again. Look at the way he's opening this barricade. Now, the only problem here is it took about 40 minutes to do this, but you open it from the side. You're peeking in and out as you're doing it, so you're in cover, which is really, really good. A lot of people don't do this, surprisingly. So you're in cover. The barricade's open. Now you're ready for them to swing you by ADSing, so you're prepared for the aggression. What could go wrong? They could swing this door the second you open it. How are you preparing for this? You're aiming at the door. Exactly. Some people don't even understand this. If you're constantly asking where could they be, what could they do, one of the answers to that is they could swing this door after I open it, so you can protect yourself from dying by aiming at the door. Very nice work. A lot of people don't do that. Now, where was the dock last round? Are you going to drone it? Are you going to see if he's hiding in the same spot? Are they doing the same exact thing? That's something I want to see you do now. Your mav's all the way up, so you're probably fine, but I would still check your corner because this guy could just be crouched in the corner. This is copper, could be prone under this corner. Just check the corners real quick and you should be okay. Good. Yes. Oh my god. No, this guy's better than all of you. I don't want to hear it. Oh my god. You guys are so bad. Good work. I'm actually very impressed. I was about 99% confident that you weren't going to check that corner, and you did, and I'm very impressed. This is the thing you got to realize now, right? Your teammates are pushing up and holding all the potential areas that the defenders could be in. So what do you need to worry about now? You figured this out with the hookah door. What do you need to be worried about now is the flank, right? Your teammates walk through this whole building. They could be flanking. If you just watch the flank here, every single base and every single situation is covered until the information changes, which is either this Maverick dies or this Dokkaebi dies. Keep this barricade shut, please. Do not open that barricade. Nice work. Oh my god. Bad aim, but nice work. Oh. Heck, bro. Pop the wall open, cause the distraction with the Maverick peeking. You did it before he dies as the guy's shooting. Perfect timing. Maverick runs in. You have a crossfire. It doesn't matter that you whiffed because that guy can't do anything. Let's go. I think this is the best copper I've ever seen. We watched a copper with over 1,000 hours, and you might be 10 times better than him. That is nuts. This guy had 1,000 hours in this game and still couldn't figure out some of the things you're doing. Just holding. passive, nice. I mean, the only thing we're really missing on your attacks is the droning. So gaining the information to make better plays. But you're still getting the information, right, with your Maverick, the visual shooting, and you're making the play off the information, which is the most important part, which a lot of people miss. The problem is you're not getting enough information in a lot of these cases. So I would just drone a little bit. Like you're up here, just drone. If you just quickly drone this out, you throw a drone, you check the corner, you check here, you know it's all clear, maybe you drone down the stairs, and now you can just push in and look the only way that you didn't check, which is this hallway. You probably see him on the drone, you can make the play on him, and then you can get that kill really, really quick. But because you're not droning, you're taking too long, you're too slow, and you're not getting the positioning fast enough. And this is stuff that's very high level for copper already. Like this is stuff that like I would normally tell to a gold or an emerald. It's like drone and get the information so you can take it quicker, so you can capitalize off the fact that your teammates are still alive. But now that your teammates aren't alive, once they figure out where you are, the whole team is directed at you, and it's gonna be a lot harder to isolate fights and actually get the kills that you need. At this point you can play as slow as you want because you're in the 1v3 though. But when your teammates are up, you want to kind of pick up the pace so you can capitalize off the fact that they're in other engagements like you did with that Maverick. Does that make sense? Oh, he's kind of cracked, dude. Hold up, this guy's the best. So you hear him shuffling on the wall. The crosshair placement is perfect. I mean, you know that coppers are crouched 90% of the time, so I'm not mad that you're aiming kind of crouch level. Plus the recoil, you might not be able to control. You might hit him in the head, whatever. But look at how he slices the pie, boys. He slices the pie so perfectly that guy was already holding the angle and he dunked on him. Maybe Australians are just the best. Capitalize off the aggression. He's ready for it. Hold up. Is Australia copper just NA diamond? Like, what's going on? Australia copper, NA gold? Maybe. Checking 90. Oh my god, he almost won it. Dude, this guy's so good. Because look what he does here. The only thing is you neglected your buckholes and didn't check VIP, which is fine because I think you have a teammate on a drone in there. You might be getting info from the drone. Oh, it's actually barricaded too. You might already know that as well. So you check the corner, you slice the pie again, you're ready for the fight, and you just barely miss. Like if you're just aimed head level, your first bullet kills him. So a little whiff, but like nothing to be ashamed about right there. That's great gameplay. All right, so you guys were up 3-0, but now you're struggling on the attack. This is pretty typical, like in lower ranks. Like attack is a lot harder, right? You have to be a lot more coordinated. You have to understand the map a little more. You have to be gather more info, right? You have to play the entire game through. Whereas defense, you can hide in a corner, and most of the time the other team sucks so much that it works. I literally do this all the time still in high rank, so attack is just harder overall. So just kind of figure out where they are. I mean, this is fine. This droning's fine. You kind of know what they're running, what they're planning, blah, blah, blah. You don't use your drone in the attack phase anyway, especially if you don't drone during the round. Like, drive your drone into sight. Like, try to get it hidden somewhere for your teammates or just to gather more info on who they're playing and what they're doing, especially if you're not using it in the attack phase, which is like, it is a playstyle thing. I mean, I always think that it's better to have information and play with your drones, obviously, but you don't have to. You don't have to at the end of the day. I mean, you can get to champ without doing that. You can get to champ with whatever playstyle you play, I believe. Okay, now I'm having flashbacks to that Havoc game match on Cafe now because you're just looking at walls with IQ, but luckily you're not doing it for the entire round. I'm really hoping you push into here with your teammate. Your Grim is in. You gotta take the space, dude. You gotta take the space. Where's Grim at? Where's Grim at right now? He's all the way through blue. Where did your thermite die from? Let's see. So your thermite's all the way in sunrise and died from sight, right? You know your thermite was in there because you can see him through the wall. You can see your Grims in here. If you don't have outlines on, or like if you just have no idea where your teammates are, I'm gonna be a little offended. But your Grim's in here, so you can just go in and pick up the angle. You can just go in. But now he's dead, so they could push. So now you have to play slow. But you're checking the room. Okay, you just think there's someone in here. I see. You just think that somebody was in here killing thermite. I can see how you got confused. I had to go back and check myself, to be fair. Now you know it's fine. You got diffuser. This is such good control, though. Like, Sunrise is a power position on this map. Because you can sit here, hold these angles, hold the entire cut through sight. So if they try to come down cool and get back to sight, they can come through blue and get back to sight. They push up kitchen hallway. You're holding all of that from Sunrise, which is really, really good. And the other thing about this is if you're in Sunrise holding this area, right, you can hold this whole cross from Sunrise. You can even crouch behind the window thing to get cover, like this little desk by the window. You can crouch there to hold the cross in cover, which is nice. Now, if you have someone here holding this and you clear this area out, right, the only spot they can contest the plan from is behind this bomb. So if you have like a Grim or a Ying or some sort of like utility, a nade even, you drone this out. This guy's holding this. If he goes this way, he dies. If he goes this way, he dies to the window, right? You're holding him from the window and here. And then someone if you just nade him out, he's got to run. And then you can hop in the window and plant in this corner with someone covering you on the window. And then you have a 3-man execute on site very, very easily. If you have a 3-stack or 4 or 5-stack, just do that. Just do that. You take Sunrise, you clear out kitchen, you plant the bomb. As long as there's no vertical play, it's the freest take of your life. And you'd be surprised how many rounds there isn't vertical play. This rotate's okay. It's okay. Hopping in this window is one of your few options that is solid. Look at the rook effectiveness here, bro. This guy was 1 HP. This guy's low. The rook is just kind of actually being clutch. I mean, rook is good in low ranks. Very good in low ranks. Nice. He's down. Get the kill. Confirm the kill. He's going to self-revive. You didn't confirm the kill. Now he's up. Rook. Rook again. Very, very good in low ranks. Way better than your zombie pick, I can tell you that. The rook is going to be so much more effective for you. I mean, I wouldn't recommend rook as much because he, like, the higher you go, the less effective he becomes. But just for now, you could, if you want to just learn some of the more of the basics of the game before hopping on like the castle zombie. Nice pick. Good play. He's peeking again. Oh my god, Bobby's kind of cracked. This dude is a fearless warrior of Copper Australia. Look at this dude. He hits the self-res, and he says, I'm gonna get my revenge, boy. And he claps your cheeks, dude. Oh my god, Bobby with the quad. Okay, hold up. I think Australians might just be the best players in the game. Actually, let's go to Outback, dude. Okay, side note, for round 7, I love the attacker picks. You're playing IQ, Buck, Ace. These are all simple beginner operators. IQ is a little more like, not as useful, but really good. You know, she's fine. You got the command, you got nades, you got whatever. She's okay. She's not like super complicated, like the Azami in the castle, which is why I like the operator picks. Ace is very simple, but very, very good. Buck, very simple, very effective, especially actually using the skeleton key, which, you know, Copper, make play, never heard of before. So yeah, very, very good, very good, very good, very good. Got the drone in sight. We kind of figured out all the ops they have. I love it. I love it. You know, they have the Rooney. I want to see you go to the roof. Use the roof to your advantage. I feel like you might just not know that luggage angle is a thing, which is why you obviously didn't realize that on the defense, which is fine. Now you know. You know, now it's something you can avoid and also use to your advantage, right? That's the nice part about this game. You have attack and you have defense. Something you learn on defense can be used to your advantage on attack. Something you use on attack or lose to on attack, you can use on your defense. So you always want to constantly be like trading off this information from either side to like elevate your game. Now you're running in with absolutely no drone and you have the bomb you are throwing. What the hell? What the hell, dude? Oh, your teammate's in. Okay, follow your teammate. Quick. Yeah. Your teammate's up. Your teammate's balls deep, bro. Get up there with him. Get up there. Look at this dude. He wants your help. He's saying, Ace, come spank me into sight. He said that. I heard him. It's definitely true. Okay, wall is open. Careful. Careful. You can shoot this guy through the floor as well if he's on the bees. Trade your jackal. How did you forget how to play the game in 1 round? Okay, it was 2 rounds, but you went from bucking up the wall, playing off your Maverick with elite team play to watching your teammate die right in front of your eyes and not giving a single flying fuck. But if you're just there with him, you just stuff your face in it right after and you kill him because this guy's not ready for a second guy. And now you're flanked. Why? Because you're sitting in the open for too long. You came through here, you checked all these angles. This is honestly one of the biggest flaws of your attack so far, is like you don't think they can flank. Flanking is so good in low ranks because people just don't think it's a real thing. If you're up here with your Jackal, what's the difference? Look at the difference in this situation if you just play off your teammate, right? You're up here with the Jackal, he dies, you quick peek this guy, you have cover, he's in the corner, right? I bet you $1,000 he starts sprinting the second he gets this kill. So that's when you kill him. Now you have the space, right? So you just killed this hypothetically. You trade your Jackal, you kill this guy. Now you have the space. You have a head glitch on the stairs. You kill Warden. Okay. Now you have 2 kills. But what's the difference here? Difference is you're not getting flanked because he can't see you in the middle. You're in the middle of the open. He comes blue bar. He looks behind the blue bar. You're dead. He comes kitchen. You're dead. He comes here. You're dead. He comes sunrise. You drop the hatch. You're dead. Right here. You can't die to any of that. You're a safe little guy in your happy little nest. And at the same time, you have a head glitch on the stairs on the guy in the middle of the open, and you're freaking frying his shit. And now you have vase control. You start walking up, you're holding into here, you kill the Ella. Oh my god, you're vase. Oh my gosh, and then you freaking shoot Rook too. And now the whole team's dead, and the guy flanking, then he probably flanks you and kills you. But at that point, you've killed everyone, you probably won the round. You know what I'm saying? So if you pick up the pace a little bit, or just have the information to do it because you droned. Actually, you did drone. Yes, you did. Hey, good job. Wait, no, you didn't. You just walked around and looked at all the angles, I forgot. So if you trade that Jackal, you now have the space. You can play that space to get more kills, gather more kills. Also, at the same time, you're making progress, so the flank is coming later and more delayed, etc., etc. Also, I'm very confused why you pick Ace to do this, because you can't use the Aces for anything on this push. So just like playing, if you want to do this, just play Nomad. This guy also can't flank if you're Nomad, but then you would have to Nomad the right spots, which is a whole other thing. Is like, here's the thing. A lot of you guys would play Nomad. Where do you guys think? What do you guys think you would Nomad on this push? Where if you're coming in through Sunrise, where are you air jabbing? Let me guess. You're air jabbing kitchen door, you're air jabbing blue door, and you're air jabbing maybe here So now they can't flank anywhere, right? You can do that, but what's the problem with that? Is if you airdrop blue door like this, they can still see you here. They can still see you and shoot you. They can still sit here in this corner and hold the stairs. Like, they can still contest if your teammates rotate to try and push with you. So what I would recommend is coming here, shooting a hole in the wall, air jab this door, air jab a little deeper in kitchen, like maybe something on this, like the ground here, or like up on this vent so they can't come through here. Then they might vault over. You'll hear the vault, hopefully. Like, the idea is, like, you want to hear and know they're flanking before they actually flank and kill you. So then you can sit on the stair safely, right? If that's all air jab, you can sit here safely and they can't get the lines of sight on you, and you can play the lower stairs if you want to play it like that. The problem is you can't do any of that with your operator pick, so maybe try to pick operators that are going to help you with whatever you want to do during the round, which is, if you want to take sunrise and push up the staircase, bring a blitz, bring the Blackbeard, bring Nomad, Gridlock, something to, if you want to push up there aggressively, Grim, Deimos. Again, a little more complicated, so if you're in Copper, maybe not Deimos. But there's just a lot better options than Aces. My point is, you're not going to get any value out of the Ace charges that way. But yeah, the AK-12. Now Fuse the window, push up the stairs at the same time. Aruni's definitely dead if you fuse the window there. And in Copper, you can get away with fusing the window. Fuse might be like a D tier operator, but in Copper, whew, that dude is S tier in Copper, let me tell you. Oh my god, he's bringing the Melusi. He's bringing the Melusi, boys. To be fair, this is another thing, is he's playing a zombie. He's playing Castle. He's probably trying to learn these operators, especially a zombie. It's like an operator that is good to learn if you can master her. Like, this could be a situation where he's playing a zombie to try and improve on a zombie, but now we're in OT and we gotta win. He's busting out the Melusi. Maybe these are the more comfortable operators that he's used to. So just to play devil's advocate a bit, he could just be trying to play a zombie to learn a zombie and play her better, which I would be very happy to hear. Like, if that's the case, fantastic. Like, learn the operators. Like, you want to keep learning is what my point is. Like, you want to keep improving. You can't improve if you don't try new things. More power to you if that's the case. If you're playing a zombie because you think you're good at a zombie, maybe think again so that you can learn how to play her better. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're playing Aqua. I like it. The only problem is you have no Melusis here. So you put your Melusi top white, which, right? Am I crazy? Did he not just put one here? Am I crazy? I actually got so distracted. I got to watch where you put these again. Okay, this one's bad. This one, put this one down on the plat. Again, same kind of problem as the air jab situation, which didn't actually happen, but we talked about it. It's like they can sit on this plat and look up the stairs with this Melusi here. Like, it'll only cover like halfway up the stairs. So they can just sit on the plat and hold this control. So if anybody overextends or over rotates, they're not gonna have the information to get shot inside the head. So I would put this one like down on the plat. For the second they hit this plat, they're gonna get Melusi'd, right? And then this one on the doorway that you put next, I would just put it in more so it's harder to destroy. This one right here is like they can just kind of sit outside, activate, and shoot it. Melusi's on the wall are just infinitely better. Also, this one is like, well, that's not bad actually. That's not bad at all. I thought it would hang out a bit and be like very obvious so they can just blow it up. This is also good if they try to push up 90. I mean, you could also barricade 90 if nobody's playing over here. It does give up a little bit of map control, but you guys still have a lot of, like, you're still holding a lot of map control, obviously. This one top white is completely useless. This is the one I was looking for. Yeah, this is useless because sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. He's trying to figure out how to play the game. This is good if they repel in the window, and that is the only thing. But if they walk up white, they can walk all the way through luggage on you. If they walk penthouse side, they're still not activating it. It's really only activating if they're walking up and coming in here, which really doesn't do anything for you to know. So it's just useless. I would either recommend putting it top white on the plat here, so anyone coming from any of these directions activates it, and you get the sound cue, or you could just barricade this door, or you could put it in Aqua. You know, you could put it here in this corner, and if they come through either doorway, it's going to activate, and you can play off of it. So a lot of options there when it comes to where you could actually put these Melusis. Overall, though, I'd give you like a C. Like, if there's a report card on your Melusi placement, I'd be like, that's a C. Or a B. B minus even. B minus. Room to improve, but also a couple good ones, you know? So not bad overall. You just want to put your Melusis in high traffic areas. High traffic areas to give you information if they walk through. But I love the fact that you're actually playing Melusi and not a zombie. I think that's a great place to start. This reinforcement's good. Allows you to kind of sit here. This is a great spot to play. Aqua is a power position on this map, right? If the other team gets Aqua, they hold the rotate, they can plant the bomb right here. They hold the rotate and plant the bomb. All they have to do is make sure there's nobody underneath. If you want to do an Aqua direct, basically you just make sure there's nobody top white on attack. So if you're on attack, you make sure nobody can flank here. So you sit a guy on this window to hold this or whatever, or you just hold it from outside the balcony, or you go to the roof and hold it. And then you basically just clear anyone out of this area, and then you just walk in and plant and hold this rotate. Have a guy covering this rotate while you plant. I mean, guy on the big window is great for this. They can't swing. The only other thing is you want a drone underneath or a guy underneath so they can't see for you. And then there's nothing they can do to stop the plant. So the fact that you're playing here is good because you're stopping them from being able to do that and forcing them to work for this map control if they want to plant the bomb, which is what you want to do in this game. So, shoot the drone. Okay, whether you can shoot the drone or not, you want to change positions because they know exactly where you are. So like you could play on the reinforcement now, or you could play behind the bar, but just pick a new spot. Also, this is a horrible, horrible, horrible angle for you. If they have a guy on this rappel, and this is something I would recommend for like anyone in these lobbies, this guy is doing it right. If you're this Finka, you just upside down rappel. You upside down rappel, you hold the angle through the rotate, Cade is dead. You are dead. Why? Because you can see all the way through here. You can see all the way through. You shoot this guy in the body, completely dead. Cade's completely dead. You're gonna get so many kills from this rappel. The only thing is you want to make sure there's nobody in these corners, right? So if you want, what you could do in copper and in these lower ranks is fuse this window, then punch the top of it upside down, and then just hold an angle through the rotate. You do have to be careful because they could quick peek you off this. They could push up and shoot you in the face like this way. So it's something that's just super, super, super effective. And so many people in these ranks play by this window and by Aqua that they're just going to get clapped. So you know at this point they're going for hookah, so you need to react, right? You need to start rotating over. This is excellent. This is excellent. We have a copper who reacts to the push. And you... Nice! You don't turn around and try to fight him. You just run. That's so smart. Run into the safety of the site. I love it. Now you can use the cover of the site to fight this guy, right? You can use the cover of the bomb. You can use the billiards table, or you can just try to stop them from planting still. This is a wall you can make head holes on to watch the walk-in. This is a really good angle. Instead of reinforcing this, make head holes on this wall. And then you can hold the walk in the door, right? Because that's how they try to plant, right? You see the bomb here? They try to ying out the site. They walk in. You're not blind over here. You shoot them in the side of the head, you're good. But again, you want to reinforce these walls so they can't use them to kill you. So you're in a good spot. I really like the gameplay so far, man. I'm very impressed. You just gotta hold an angle, react to this guy Aqua. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, why is this such a good angle? Why is this such a smart way to play this, guys? It's almost perfect. It's almost perfect, not quite. I would just recommend you move that crosshair from here to over top of the side, like move to your right a bit and hold over the side. Why? Because then you can watch if he pushes through the door, and if he pushes through the rotate, and you're in cover, and you're holding it ADS. If this guy pushes in here, he's fried. I mean, to be fair, if he just stands and walks through here, this is a perfect angle still, right? If he walks through, but if he crouches through, he might clap you, unless you're gonna flick him. But this Jackal's probably gonna push, so holding that is really good. But also aware of the 90 hull push. This guy's great. This is fucking crazy. The average copper just goes, I can't die to anything. But you're actually pretty aware. This is really good awareness, actually. So you got pinged by Jackal. You can move somewhere else. He's not going to be there. Okay, now you run into the middle of the open. See, this is the thing. Well, to be fair, I would also expect this to be clear at this point in the round because this guy's done absolutely nothing the whole time. So I'm not even mad at you that you ran in here. You just didn't need to. You just could have backed up, or you could have just kept holding the angle. Honestly, you have such an advantage. Or you could, I mean, you could come into the hallway. That's a tough situation. Like you got scanned. I would just change up your angle. So you're holding the angle up off the bomb. You can crouch and hold it off this. He's gonna be aiming at the ping, so he's aiming up here, not down here, and then you fry him. Like that's just where a slight change of position could help. This isn't a bad idea. The problem is he's already through pushing you, so it's just a little slow. It's just a little slow is all. The other thing too here is like they can just plant still, right? The bomb is down hookah. They could just plant the bomb and you aren't in a position to do anything about it. This is good. You're probably not gonna win that fight. Getting scanned again. Okay, get aggressive. You gotta kill this guy, bro. Or you could run. I mean, you could just keep running, but then they have the bomb site, and then they plant the bomb, and then you lose a round. Like, at this point, they just plant, they win, right? You're off the bomb site. What's Bandit doing? Bandit's off the bomb. This guy doing nothing, bro. Does he even have a C4? I think he just used it. Okay, so realistically, you lose this round if they just plant. Oh my god, the useless wub actually comes clutch. That was the luckiest shit I've ever seen. The fact that you actually got a kill off that Malusi is insane. The one I was chirping the hardest ended up being the hardest hitting. What do you know? All right. See here, yeah, see, here's the thing. They just are planting the bomb. Like Bandit, if Bandit isn't like good enough to stop that, you just lose. Now you can play a little more passive. Again, they have the plant, but the problem is you can't hear the plant from here. You can't do anything about it from here. You're putting your Bandit in a 1v2. Like you being Penthouse right now, your Bandit's in a 1v2 trying to stop the plant and win the round himself. And that's the only reason you guys actually do win the round. Is
attackers activating diffuser.
Hold up, round is not over. Come back to site. You got scanned. Just stay slow. Yeah, this is a good... See, this is how you retake properly. The problem is you put yourself in this retake for no reason. And you did it so late that, like... It was just... How do I explain this? Like, if they just planted 20 seconds earlier and Bandit didn't stop the plant, now your retake is way too slow to actually be effective. Do you understand? So he's out. This should be an unlosable post plant. That is the other problem with this, is like planting here as an attacker, you hit the upside down repel, you wait for the defuse. Like, it's very, very difficult to win this as a defender unless the other team gives it to you. Like, this guy has to hand you his life for you to win this round and win this and push like max OT. Okay, this is horrible. I'm sorry. Let me pause. What the fuck are you doing, dude? This is how you retake, guys. You need to learn how to retake. Bomb is planted. Where can he be? Firstly, check the site. You push up, careful of the window. You check the back corners. You check the site. He's not in the site. Where could he be? He could be playing below. So, if he's playing below, it's going to be pretty hard to, like, run down and kill him because he could just rotate up. So what you really got to do is bait the diffuser and then peek the holes to try and kill him. But before you do that, where else can he be? Balcony. You check the balcony. You check the corner. You run out. You might have to check the window. You get on the diffuser. Once you run out and see he's not here, you tag the diffuser. He's going to start moving towards you. You will hear him giving away his position. Then you have to try and get as aggressive as possible to kill him in time so that you can still defuse. Walking in circles, hoping he peeks you, is an instant L. This guy's playing this perfectly. He's just waiting for you to defuse. There's nowhere you can kill him from unless you manage to know he's there and punch this window and kill him. But you're not doing that. So again, get more aggressive. At this point, you have to stick it, so just stick it. Yeah, you lost. Okay. Well, that's the game. Honestly, very, very impressive gameplay. That's how you retake if you want to find out. There you go. Do it that way. Yeah, this is 100% the best Copper we have ever seen in the series, and probably the best player for their rank that we've seen in the series. So, Spectating Nightmare, I don't even know if I could call it that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.